Welcome to Finance Revealed. Watch the complete video to discover new market secrets. Subscribe now.
We're at $45,000 today. What's a price that makes sense to you, Max?
Well, I always say that there is no top for Bitcoin because there is no bottom for fiat money. If you're going to you know what I mean? If you're going to price Bitcoin in fiat money, the price is infinity because all fiat money goes to zero. If you price it in ounces of gold, that would be a different way to price it. I think a more valid way to price it. I'm not sure exactly what the exchange rate is, ounces of gold to Bitcoin, 40, and then whatever that is, multiply times 100, and that's where we're going.
Okay, let's do the math on that later, Max. What about altcoins? You have said in a recent podcast that you've hosted on the Orange Pill that altcoins are all going to zero. Why are you a self-proclaimed Bitcoin maximalist, and why do you hate altcoins?
Right. Well, altcoins, there's two major issues with altcoins, and the reason they're all going to go to zero. I'll attack the second one first, or let me do it in order. I'll do the first one first. So, with Bitcoin, you had a discovery of a absolutely scarce synthetic digital commodity. That's what Bitcoin is. And it took 20 years of looking by computer scientists to find it. And then in 2009, they discovered it. They found it after so much time and effort. And everything, so there was no expectation of cash flow. It was simply an exercise by computer scientists. Are we going to be there when this perfect, absolutely scarce synthetic digital commodity is discovered? And they succeeded in 2009 without the expectation of future cash flow. Everything that comes after Bitcoin is essentially saying we're like Bitcoin. And therefore, because of the way it's done in the market, this perfect, pristine coin, because of the way it's done, we have an expectation of cash flow. So therefore, it's a security. And the SEC is right to shut down every altcoin there is because they're all unregistered security sales. I was a stockbroker for many years. I know the Securities Act of 33 and 34. I know as a former fiduciary and money manager and stockbroker, I can tell you that the SEC can shut down every single altcoin there is because they're all basically unregistered security sales. Something like Ether with a 70% pre-mine is clearly an unregistered security sale. Plus, it's totally centralized. They're all centralized, either absolutely centralized or relatively centralized to Bitcoin. There's a single point of failure. They have, they're easy to take down. And I think as the friction between the governments and Bitcoin in countries that don't want to adopt a Bitcoin standard, let's say the U.S. doesn't want to adopt a Bitcoin standard, and they take a hostile position toward Bitcoin, they're gonna kill all the altcoins because they're easy to kill because they're centralized. You can go kill Ether tomorrow. The servers just it's not distributed through thousands of nodes all over the world. It's all concentrated in a few servers. Some of them are on Amazon Web Services. You just call Amazon and say, hey, shut the Ether down, and it's gone. We just had a hack this week of a DeFi hack, $600 million, right? It's all garbage. So the market's going to weed them all out. Anything that's not Bitcoin is centralized garbage, and it's all going to be weeded out. And all those folks, however, are going to come to Bitcoin, and it's going to increase kind of the presence of Bitcoin, if you will. So there's $500 billion or $750 billion in capital tied up in these altcoins and DeFi and all that nonsense. That'll migrate over to Bitcoin, and it'll strengthen the hand of Bitcoin. So we're going to see that. We're going to see that migration happen. So you put it all together, and you end up with Bitcoin becoming much more powerful, altcoins disappearing, and governments on the back foot, scrambling, not knowing what to do, as it should be.
You're not a fan of proof of stake, Max? You can stake altcoins, you can earn interest.
No, proof of stake is fiat money. It's exactly fiat money. It just recreates the exact problem of fiat money. Fiat money is proof of stake. You have a lot of fiat money, you have power to go change laws. That's proof of stake. It already happened. It's called the U.S. dollar. Recreating fiat money with digital money doesn't solve anything. It just creates more of a problem. Proof of stake is garbage. It doesn't work in theory. It doesn't work in practice.
You don't think the Ethereum flipping is happening then? People have been telling me Ethereum is going to flip Bitcoin. It's going to be the best. It's going to be the next biggest cryptocurrency in the world by market cap. and they list a bunch of reasons, including superior technology and better utility, potentially even better store of value. You don't agree with that?
No, Ethereum is centralized garbage. The transactions are reversible, as they have been many times in the past. It's got a huge pre-mine that's dropped onto the market, which is messing up price discovery. It's got huge issues in terms of auditing. Nobody knows exactly how many Ethereum there are. Nobody in the world knows what the count is. It's a complete nebulous number, and the supply keeps expanding extemporaneously depending on the central committee, the open market committee of Ethereum, that decides without any understanding by the market what's going on. And to run the network, it's all centralized. It's not like Bitcoin that's decentralized. So, as I said, it's centralized, and it's easy to attack, and it will be attacked. Any short-term price movements, you look at these markets and you see all kinds of price movements that are on a short-term basis not, it's not easy to understand why certain things are trading the way that they are. Yeah. Because you have dislocations and price disparities in markets all the time. And so you can't look at the price and say, really, that's the arbiter of whether or not Ether is doing well or not doing well, because you have to look at the network, how sustainable it is, how robust it is. Is there any use case for it? Right now, the only use case for Ethereum has been to launch fraudulent ICOs, fraudulent NFTs, buggy smart contracts that break down and don't work, like we just had this week with a major hack. So it hasn't even, it doesn't even know what it thinks it's supposed to be. The head of the project is constantly revising its mission statement. They revised the mission statement 4 or 5 times. As a plaything by Silicon Valley, actually there's a split, David. It's an interesting split between Bitcoin and Silicon Valley. People would assume that Silicon Valley is on board with Bitcoin. That's not true. Silicon Valley actually doesn't like Bitcoin. So Ethereum's kind of their plaything, that they're using it they do a lot of insider trading, and a lot of things are going on there, market manipulation. Yeah. And, but it doesn't compete with Bitcoin. It's utter trash. It's kind of like the MySpace of crypto. I don't think it's going to be here in another year or two, or it doesn't matter. There's nothing to do with it. It's like, it's total garbage. And clearly Bitcoin is winning that race. Bitcoin is winning the race. Capital is flowing into Bitcoin, not gold. Gold is acting atrociously, and for a lot of different reasons. Mm-hmm. And investors are deciding to go into Bitcoin as a store of value, and that's the only answer to escape this money printing insanity.
Cryptocurrency definition, cryptocurrency value, crypto queen, crypto YouTubers, crypto day trading, cryptocurrency news today, cryptocurrency jargon, crypto index, cryptocurrency course. Is cryptocurrency